All right, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Manchester United fans, this is Forever United TV. This is a slightly earlier evening update. Silly old me forgot that Ruben was speaking to the media, so I want to get through the major headlines and what's going on with Manchester United. And towards the back end of the show, also want to get into what Ruben says. He's got Bruno Fernandes and Harry Maguire, past and present Manchester United captains, alongside the head coach today of Manchester United. It really probably should be them two, to be honest. If there's anyone who's going to speak to the media, it is them two. We'll try and bring you that in on the back end of the show here tonight as well. But we have to start with all the news which is going around Manchester United, and it's centering around Victor Gyökeres again. And where this has come from, like, this is a big statement. Now, we're going to go through it. We're going to read out what's actually been said on Victor Gyökeres, but check this out. The situation right now with Manchester United and Victor Gyökeres is this. Get involved in the comment section as well, everyone. Give me your thoughts on this. But Loic Tanzi, L'Equipe journalist and writer for them, does his own stuff as well. Lots of people following him, including creditable people as well. So you could say this is a creditable source. And has done a lot of transfer stuff before. We have quoted him before, but it is a big statement for someone to come out and say. Listen to this one. Once the Europa League final is done, Manchester United's management will accelerate talks with Sporting in order to sign Victor Gyökeres. Manchester United are not letting go of him. He also goes on to say, like you can see at the bottom of your screen now, and this is the significant bit in all of this, Manchester United are the only major European clubs who have made concrete steps to sign Victor Gyökeres so far. What happened to Arsenal? I'm seeing loads of Arsenal aggregator accounts all over X. A few journalists talking about Arsenal's approach for Victor Gyökeres. Who do we believe? How far do we take this? Well, we know that from yesterday's reports, there is an interest 100% concrete in Victor Gyökeres from Manchester United. Even Fabrizio Romano has said that. Even The Athletic have said that. So we know this is genuine. Now what you're going to get is journalists coming out trying to get in there in front of everything else that's going on, trying to find out some minor details, get into certain contacts at the clubs or the players' agency and things like this to try and find out exactly where everything is at. Pretty much there in that statement alone, when you read it out, so let's just go through it again. Once the Europa League final is done, Manchester United's management team will accelerate talks with Sporting in order to sign Victor Gyökeres. Now, we all know that Manchester United are in for Victor Gyökeres. We know we can't move for him until we actually get through the Europa League final into the Champions League. He wants to play Champions League football, and Victor Gyökeres will only come to Manchester United if that is the case. So obviously we knew about this already in terms of what the scenario had to be, what the circumstances had to be for us to even go and talk to him. But it does seem like Manchester United are readying themselves to go all in. Confident we can get the job done tomorrow night. Obviously, it's going to be a big night for United, of course. We'll have it all fully covered on here on Forever United TV as well, everybody, so don't forget that tomorrow. We'll keep you updated with that from first thing in the morning as to what the plan of action is for tomorrow in a cup final. But Manchester United's management team ready to move in on Victor Gyökeres, which is it's encouraging for Manchester United. It is very encouraging, and I just look at it and I say, I'm just reading through some of the reports right here, so bear with me a second. I'm just going to pull up a couple of bits because there's a lot of Manchester United news flying around it. I wanted to try and get through as much of this as possible before Ruben started talking, to give the manager the floor and let him say what he's got to say. In terms of Victor Gyökeres, Gyökeres speaks frequently about Manchester United per somebody close to him at Coventry. It was another report that has come out on this. We have got some financial figures that are floating around for Manchester United as well, which don't read very well when it comes to Manchester United's current financial year. Or I think it was the third quarter. I think it was. Anyway, here's another piece on Victor Gyökeres. This is from another account, Transfer Specialist, which says Manchester United has requested Victor Gyökeres to delay making a decision regarding his future. The club intends to present their vision to him following the cup final on Wednesday. While Gyökeres is interested in joining Manchester United, he is eager to participate in the Champions League next season. Amorim is really pushing for this transfer. Additionally, Arsenal is maintaining regular communication with the striker, identifying him as their primary target. So that's another journalist saying another thing there. But again, all down the same line, which is don't do anything just yet. Let's get this final out the way. I mean, I actually, reading that, I think Manchester United will go in on Gyökeres even if we don't win. Test the water. You might as well see what happens. You never know, is what we're saying. And I think that's Manchester United's approach with this. They don't want to give up on him, Loic Tanzi says. It's not happening. United and Ruben Amorim are the one, and Ruben Amorim in particular is the one that is pushing down hard on this. I think he's made his mind up. Can we expect Manchester United to have given Ruben Amorim the green light on this and say, right, go for it, do what you've got to do, contact the player, he knows the player well. Obviously United have got the in with Victor Gyökeres through Ruben Amorim. I just find it really strange and really surprising that Loic Tanzi has come out and said that only Manchester United have made concrete moves towards taking Gyökeres. Now, I was under the assumption that Arsenal had already made contact and laid out what they were willing to offer Victor Gyökeres, i.e. personal terms, blah-de-blah. But it now seems, according to this one particular journalist, and it's a big statement, and he's putting himself out there with this one. I think it is quite easy to say that, to be honest, because he's saying that Manchester United are the only ones going for him. I don't believe in that, personally, but I think, again, that maybe Manchester United are the only ones that have spoken to Victor. Maybe Arsenal have approached Sporting. I don't know. Maybe it could have got miscommunicated along the way there or something like that. But what we've got to look at here is obviously off the back of the news that we're talking about from last night from The Athletic, Manchester United have now already spoken to Liam Delap. So we cannot stand still. We've done our bit. We've sold him the project. We've sold him the Manchester United story. And now Liam Delap is around the country visiting every single club that's worth anything that's in the Champions League. He's going visiting Chelsea. He's going over to Newcastle as well. I think there's one more of a Premier League club as well that's after him. I think it was maybe Arsenal, but he's literally visiting every single Premier League club right now. United cannot do any more. Look, you cannot stop the man going out and looking elsewhere as well and just weighing up his options, but I think United have got to do the same. Like, okay, you go and do what you've got to do. We're going to do what we're going to do. And if it comes down to it and you make us wait even longer and we can get Victor Gyökeres tied down to a deal that suits us for £25 million more than what Liam Delap is, then we go for him and you miss your opportunity. United cannot have their eggs in one basket. That's what we're saying with this. And I think it's right that the club are speaking to Gyökeres, no matter if we win or don't win tomorrow. Let's just get a definite yes or no from the player first of all. Maybe Ruben could sell him the project without Champions League football. Look, I'm clutching at straws a tiny little bit with that one there, but ultimately it is going to come down to what Ruben can get out of a meeting possibly with Victor Gyökeres, because I think that's where the sell is. Like, we have got a brilliant structure in place and we've got the right people in place right now, but to get a player like that over the line, I think you do need that coach's input into the negotiations, and I think Ruben is probably going to play the biggest part in all of this transfer, if indeed it does actually come off and it is genuine. So I think we can say overall, looking at the situation, it's a bit of a shout to say that we're the only ones in for him. Indeed it is, but what you can say is that there is definitely something happening behind the scenes with Victor Gyökeres now. There is movement and significant movement for Manchester United towards him, and I think it is. And I do believe the shouts from the journalist and the people reporting this story that it is being driven by Ruben Amorim. I get that. I do believe that Jason Wilcox wants to get the younger player, the developed player. I think that's what he wants. That's what he is used to, working with Manchester City's academy, then moving into Southampton. I think that's something that he believes and has seen come through and come to fruition at Manchester City. And I feel like alongside Christopher Vival and what he does, I think the recruitment team of Manchester United are of the thinking that this is a pathway that United can take and it will come good in the end. I said this all along, forever and a day now. Well, this has all been going on. Manchester United and Ruben Amorim haven't got the time that Christopher Vival and Jason Wilcox have in their jobs. He hasn't got their time. He's the chopping block man. His head is firmly on that block, and that guillotine is ready to come down. It's ready to come down on him. It's already been sharpened, and everybody's waiting for the fall. That's literally it. He hasn't got time to develop the younger players in his time. He needs to earn the right to have time. Remember when he said that? And we need to make sure that this recruitment window and this transfer window are absolutely bang on the money, and we cannot make the same mistakes that we've made before. Ruben has banged on about that forever and a day since he's been in that press conference, in them interviews. So let's see if this is him stamping his authority down and his first real bit of input when it comes to bringing players in, because I do believe that there is a significant role for him to play in this, and I think this is the only reason why Manchester United are even in for Gyökeres, because Ruben, I don't want to say desperate, but he is in a way. Like, you cannot have the season you've had and then not get players in the summer and start the season the way you finished the last. That would be the end of him. And if the reports are right and what we reported on this morning was speaking about, then Ruben has already thought about maybe leaving Manchester United at some point while he's been at the football club in his first 6 or 7 months. It's an all-time consuming job, and it does drain the life out of you. We've seen physically on different managers' faces the deterioration of the managers through just working at Manchester United, the hours you put in, the stress that this club puts under you. What was he saying the other day? What was it? Some 400 and something interviews and press conferences that Ruben Amorim has actually had to sit through in 6 months at Manchester United. I'm guessing in 2 years he's not done that much at Sporting Lisbon. It is a roller coaster of a football club if you are the manager, and you have to be well and truly strapped in and prepared to handle it. And I think he's just reinforcing his position in the summer here. And I think Gyökeres is a Ruben move. I really do think about it. And like them stories you've heard there from his days at Coventry, he's always spoke glowingly about Manchester United. And every single report that we've seen is that Gyökeres wants United, will come to United. He's well and truly on board with the idea of moving to Manchester United. Right now he's at a stage of his career where I'm thinking he's fearing, with what's happened at United, sadly, he cannot guarantee playing in the Champions League. Now, I've had many people come in the chat throughout the day and through the last few days. I think it was Carl who said to me, like, and Carl was looking at the negative past the next season, which is that Manchester United are going to be back out of the Champions League. And what we've got is Gyökeres looking at that situation and then thinking, well, I'm in Champions League one season and then the next season I'm going to be out. I don't think he's going to look at it that way. I don't think that's on the cards, but still, I feel like some fans would probably think of it that way, and that's how we would look at it as a fan. But I don't think the player is. I think he's making a surefire decision here and just going full on, I need to make sure. I do need to make sure. And like I just said a moment ago as well, Manchester United need to make sure. And if you have just joined us, I did say a moment ago, after Manchester United held face-to-face talks with Liam Delap, like we reported this morning, going off last night, he is now going around the other Premier League clubs, speaking to them as well. So it's like he's going to do that as a player. United have to do that with a club. They need to have other options. There needs to be a plan C and D when it comes to the striker options for Manchester United as well. There is another real major story breaking around Manchester United as well right now. I've just seen it pop up on my screen that mouse droppings have been found at Old Trafford. There you go. That news is just fresh off fresh off the print, that ready to go. Mouse droppings found. Breaking news at Manchester United. Mouse droppings found in Old Trafford. Keep them chickens away. Keep that raw chicken away, please. This is all coming in because Manchester United are about to announce their end of quarter results as well. Please pile in on Victor Gyökeres and what's happening there. I'm going to try and keep ahead of the press conference and what's going on as well in this show. Look, they're always late when it comes to Europe. And we'll try and keep up to date with everything that's going on. There's a lot that's going to be said today because Manchester United have got Bruno Fernandes and Harry Maguire alongside manager Ruben Amorim in this press conference. So yes, that was your update on Victor Gyökeres. We'll keep coming back to that as we go along because I'm sure little snippets will come out. The news that has just come out as well also is Manchester United's total debt, including around 300 million owing on transfers, is now in excess of 1 billion. Although the club is set to generate up to 160 million this year from day-to-day activities, it means there will still be a 6th consecutive year of losses equaling 450 million. Manchester United and the cut-off-on which Ineos are on right now in trying to save money at the football club, I've still got a lot of work to do, an awful lot of work to do. Manchester United hit with another 2-star food hygiene because of more mouse droppings found at Old Trafford, says Nate Salt from the Daily Mail. Club are working hard to get back to 4-star rating. They lost in November, but not to be. Manchester... in the midst of all of the serious stuff, I mean, this probably is serious in its own way. But yeah, Manchester United still stuck with a 4-star food hygiene rating because there's mouse poop all over Old Trafford. Check that out. My God, like what? I never thought I'd be talking about that. My God, Bennett. Mouse shit at Old Trafford. Breaking news, everybody. It's not. What's them chocolates called? Oh, Revels or something, was it? Yeah, it's not them. It's not them chocolate raisins. It's mouse shit, everybody. Be careful. Don't. I'm not even talking about it. 5 gifted memberships from ourselves on Forever United TV. You're welcome, everybody. Welcome to the members club. And please do get your comments in. Let's get a few comments on Victor Gyökeres, actually. Let's go scroll right back up here and see what everybody's saying. By the way, everybody, if you are tuning in, you're thinking, my God, this is early, Adam. Yeah, a little bit earlier because we're hoping to catch the Ruben Amorim press conference as well while we're live today. So trying to get through as much news as possible as quickly as I can before Ruben starts talking, giving us the update. As we know, Joshua Zirkzee, Lenny Yoro and Diogo Dalot are on the plane and are in the 26-man Manchester United travelling squad. Sadly, Matthias de Ligt did not make it, but may be available for the game in some form on Sunday against Aston Villa. Hopefully, for him anyway. He deserves to get a bit of a farewell because he has put a shift in this season. I don't know if Gyökeres gets enough goals in the Prem with the amount of chances we create and teams who play a low block. He won't have space to run into behind the centre-backs in the league. Would Delap? Would Osimhen? Is it the same question that we're asking about every single striker, though, rather than it just being Gyökeres? I think that's what we've got to look at as well in that one. But yeah, Manchester United set to lose again on the finances. Victor Gyökeres is well and truly on board with moving to United. If we win tomorrow night, we could actually be saying a here we go for Victor Gyökeres in the next couple of weeks. That is a reality right now on that one. Could Manchester United be going in for Emi Martinez, though? That is something that I think we need to talk about again. And I did it the other day. I made a show about it and loads of people tuned in on it because you know as well as I do, Manchester United right now, we talk about Gyökeres, we talk about what he brings. The other end of the pitch we cannot ignore. And I know a lot of you in the chat are big on this as well. It's like, yeah, that's all good, but then that duck egg back in our goal just lets us down every single game. Yes, he has done, and he will do again. And we know he will do again. But there's more news going around today. A lot of South American sources have come out on the Emi Martinez situation. And there's so much news on this. So I'm going to get through as much of it as I possibly can. But Manchester United have held talks with Emi Martinez's entourage, but no offers as of today is the update officially. Manchester United apparently on the Emi Martinez situation only looking to move in on this, and we are one of the few clubs that have made contact. United would move in on this if Andre Onana left the club. Like, Manchester United would only look to Emi Martinez if Andre Onana was leaving the football club. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry. It's like, Andre, sling your hook. Emi, thank you. Stop being soft. Like, if Andre's going, then we'll let one of the best goalkeepers on the planet right now come in and be our number one. But only if Andre's happy with it. No, it's not completely like that, I know. But Manchester United need to stand firm. Remember them big calls and be brave in the transfer window calls from Ruben Amorim, and what Manchester United need to do in the summer. This is one of them. This is massive for United. I said this at weekend when we were talking about this. I said if United went all in and got Emi Martinez, that would make me stand up and go, all right, I can see Manchester United are serious about this here. I really can. So that, I think, is definitely where we're actually at right now with the goalkeeping situation. We've heard about loads of goalkeepers coming in to Manchester United. There've been, how many? Like a dozen of them so far. And when you look at it, and when you say Manchester United, only if Andre Onana is leaving the football club would we look to bring another goalkeeper in, you kick him out. You make it happen. I'm sorry. There was another story going around today about the Saudi Pro League link for Andre Onana, saying that he's agreed to go again. That story is going to keep on floating around now, because I mean, after this week, all of the press conferences, all of the communication directly with Manchester United, it all ends. It all ends. And there's nobody communicating anything from United anymore. We're not getting any feedback at all from anyone. So these stories are going to start to escalate and bubble up now. And we're going to wait for certain things, like what Fabrizio Romano has come out and said. I did a video earlier on today. Thank you if you have watched it. If you haven't, go and watch it. Thousands of you already have. In that, Fabrizio Romano has come out and confirmed that obviously there are many clubs in for Ryan Gyökeres. I was talking about Ryan Gyökeres earlier on, and United have joined that list of Premier League clubs. Romano's words on this were, there are many clubs in the Premier League who want to sign Ryan Gyökeres this summer. Gyökeres is very open to a move to the Premier League. That's Romano's remarks on it. And yes, I think, right, it does look like the press conference time has changed. I've not seen this. Everyone was anticipating the press conference to be around this time, but there does seem to have been a delay with the presser. Let me just double check on this one to make sure this is the case. Ruben Amorim he's at the stadium right now. Delict's been spotted at the stadium as well. Ruben Amorim has some potentially tough calls to make. Let me just get this up now. Bear with me 1 second, everybody. I'm just going to try and get the lowdown on everything that's happening. Just 1 second. Ruben Amorim has some tough calls to make. Press conference on its way. It's supposedly still happening. As of 20 minutes ago, I've not seen the update yet. I'm still looking for it. And pitch, despite not being included. Sorry everyone, I'm just trying to find out exactly what has happened. I've not seen anything come up yet, but I have just been told that it's been moved to 8 o'clock. Didn't know that this was happening, to be honest, but we'll go along with everything else and we'll keep the news flowing, because we've got loads to get through anyway tonight, so we've got plenty to talk about. If this news comes out, I'll get the update anyway. It was supposed to be between 6 and 6:30, the press conference, so we'll keep checking on it. We've got plenty of time to run anyway yet, so no need to worry about that. Let's get into a few more comments on everything. We ain't signing Gyökeres, it says Jacob, but just reading on Alvaro, who we sold to Benfica for 6 million, now being sold for 50 million to Madrid. Our board is so useless, it's unbelievable. 6 million for Alvaro, we got so pathetic. Yeah, and Eric Ten Hag said he would rather have Tyrell Malacia and Luke Shaw, and brought in Reguilon, and didn't want Alvaro Fernandez. Now he's going to be a first-team regular for Real Madrid. Way to go, Erik ten Hag. And also, just touching on the goalkeeping situation again there, it was Erik ten Hag who said no to Emi Martinez and wanted Andre Onana. Yes, indeedy. Right. Right, okay. No, the press conference, I think, is still going ahead. I might have misread something there. And we should be okay still for the remarks. Let me just see. Right, okay, yeah. It looks like we're still good. So let's get through all the other news before the press up kicks off. Not long now. I think we're about just over, I think we're around about 15 minutes away from the press conference. So let's get through all of the other news as well regarding Manchester United. I want to get into the teams in terms of Manchester United's travelling squad. We said last night, and it was confirmed earlier on today, we confirmed it again, but it is now down in paper, and we've seen the pictures of them on the plane. Dalot, Yoro and Gyökeres are part of the matchday squad for Manchester United. Just seen this out now from Tyrone Marshall, MEN journalist. Matthias de Ligt just arrived at the San Mamés with the rest of the Manchester United squad. Players are set to walk around the pitch before a press conference involving Amorim, Maguire and Fernandes. So there's pretty much the confirmation there from Ty Marshall regarding the press conference kicking off as well. But yeah, I want to get some comments on Sekou Kone, not Sekou Kone, I'm going to come to him in a moment, on Emi Martinez. Is there anyone that doesn't want an Emi Martinez goalkeeper? Do you think United should spend big on a goalkeeper or not? Where are you at with it? Is it just as important as the forwards, is what I'm asking. That's what we've got to look at. He is on the pitch at Bilbao with the players. He's live on MUTV. Yep, got that, Michael. Cheers for that, mate. Scared to death thinking about Wednesday. Might have gotten a few grey hairs too. I've already got them. Honestly, like this season, I think next season if we have something similar, I'll be full on white mode. Completely gone. Full on white mode. Erik ten Hag is gone. The club could buy him back if they wanted to. They don't want him. That's on the club. No, Ten Hag said there's no room for him. He doesn't want him. I think it is that Muppet Rises. It was Ten Hag's fault that we didn't have him in the team in the first place, I think is what we're saying. Yeah. And he definitely vetoed him staying. Didn't want him. Send him away. Honestly, how Manchester United have the player of the year from every single academy up to that point, back to Alvaro, playing in the Man United current squad and not have one of the best out there, it baffles, doesn't it? It really does baffle. Martinez is as important as Gyökeres. Adam, we will move up 10 places just by that change alone. Big statement. If we sign 5 new players this summer, does one of them need to be a goalkeeper? That's your poll right now running. We have over 1,800 people in the room with us. Get voting on that poll. 5 players in, does one of them have to be a goalkeeper? Let me know, everybody. Or let me know on this one. It's not just Martinez's skill, but he's a warrior mentality. That would help Manchester United the most. He hates to lose and has tons of tricks up his sleeve. I could do with that team arsehole, let's just say, in the team. I really could. Someone who has got the dark arts down to an absolute T. That's Emi Martinez. He is the master of it. The absolute master of it. And I do believe if he came into Manchester United, people would realise instantly how bad Andre Onana actually is. I really do think that would be the case. Modern Samurai says 4 forwards and a midfielder, and we can look for a keeper afterwards. No. I'm going 3 forwards, 1 midfielder, then a goalkeeper. That's what I'm going for. We absolutely must get Emi Martinez in, Adam, with this top keeper in. The excellent Cunha on his way. Possible deal for Gyökeres. I'm all in. That really is Tetley T right there. I like them comments. Not so Vitek and Bainday have been given a proper chance, says Andrew. No, mate. Honestly, don't see that happening at all. I really don't see that happening at all. We can't be thinking like that. We cannot be thinking that other players need to be given a chance, especially reserve team goalkeepers. You need to just go out and get the best, in my opinion. If you can get the best and it's available, you get it done. You get it done. I think Liverpool are doing that with Florian Wirtz right now. Financial agreement between Liverpool and Bayer Leverkusen for Florian Wirtz is not seen as a potential issue. God, that is hard to take. It is. Just to recap you as well on what Sky was saying earlier on Liam Delap. Manchester United currently lead the race for Delap. Liam Delap's final decision will be influenced by whether or not United will qualify for the Champions League. Like we all of these conversations about Liam Delap not being good enough and the United fan base not being happy with this, and then we might not even get him after all. It'll be funny, won't it? Like, we don't win tomorrow and Liam Delap says no to us. And then we end up with no bleeding striker, because I actually don't know who else is coming in after that. I'm in the Constitutional Square in San Sebastian, where all the bars and where all the bars are, and it's like being on Deansgate Street on a Saturday night. Reds everywhere. Ruben Amorim going to Bing. Gary having a mega time, mates. Buzzing. Anyone who is in and about San Sebastian right now, or in Bilbao, anywhere, or travelling in, let us know. Get into the comment section, everybody. It's getting to that time now. One more sleep before the big one, people. And everything comes together, hopefully, transfer window-wise after that. MB says, that isn't an easy question. The team needs things. Yes, they need a keeper, but if we can only make 5 signings, no Onana isn't in the top 5 changes to be made. Honestly, look, everyone's got their opinions on this, and there's a few people that aren't on board with needing a goalkeeper. I'm sorry, I'm in the Defenders Union. He has to go. It has to be a priority. Honestly, I would go 1-9, 1-10, 1-8, goalkeeper, and then go and get the rest. Honestly, he is so important. It's so important to have a goalkeeper. You only have to look at the teams at the top and what they've invested in goalkeepers and how important that position is. It's scary. It's scary, the difference from their quality of goalkeeper compared to ours. And do you know what? In fact, it's scary, the quality of goalkeeper in the Premier League everywhere compared to ours. It's comical. And if anybody in the room has actually watched him in person, and how nervous you are watching him, and how nervous the team are around him, even Ruben's alluded to it. I don't get, like, I admit everyone's got their own and I understand everyone going in on the striker side of things and that being more important, and the midfield is key for United. But for me, it always starts at the back. A solid goalkeeper goes a million miles for a football team. They really do. And investment in goalkeepers has become the norm now, I feel. At top level football it has anyway. It really has. Right, let's get a couple of super chats in. Thank you, London, for the gifted membership as well, my friend. Thomas McArdle says, start off the season, I said Onana would cost us. Nothing has changed. We've a striker that can't score and a keeper that can't save. 2 key positions, mate. You're dead right, Thomas. Thanks for the super chat, buddy. Since when is the first or second most important to replace not top 5? Sorry. Since when is the first or second most important to replace not top 5? Sorry, Ross. Just getting a bit mixed up with what you're saying now. Are you saying that it should be the first and second choice goalkeepers? Not important. I'm sorry, you lost me a tiny little bit there. Thanks for the super chat, buddy. You did lose me a little bit on that one there. In terms of Alvaro Fernandez as well, this story came up earlier on. United looking to cash into the sum of 20 million for Alvaro Fernandez, but they're not allowing this deal to go through right now. So the story is coming about that Manchester United are holding up Real Madrid's pursuit of Alvaro Gyökeres due to their buyback clause. Everything is on hold until after the Europa League final, and then United will ask for some compensation from the deal for it to go through. It's like, everyone wait. The top story on the show tonight was, Gyökeres, just wait until the Europa League's over. Real Madrid, just wait. You can have your player, but we want to make sure that we get the Europa League out of the way first. Liam, there you go. That's our sale to you. Now go and look at everyone else. If we win tomorrow night, come back and then we'll do a deal. Like, literally, everything barring Matthias Cunha is going to run through. He's going to run through that Europa League final. Oh man, there's a lot, isn't there? It is one huge game. It is one absolutely huge game for Manchester United tomorrow night. And there's so much riding on it. Ross, another super chat. Someone in the chat said that replacing the goalkeepers is not a top 5 priority. I very much think they are incorrect. Sorry, mate. You didn't have to reply with another super chat on that, but I really do appreciate it, mate. But yeah, I totally get what you're saying right now. And yeah, it is. And even the poll, like over 500 votes on the poll already. It's only been up a few minutes. And the question was, if we sign 5 players this summer, does one of them need to be a goalkeeper? 84% of you have said yes so far. If you feel like that's wrong, get involved in the vote, everybody. Michael says Alvaro over Dorgu should get both a compensation. The buyer says that's all right, buddy. I am too tensed about Wednesday to read them. I'm not sure what that one is about, but again, yep, someone else who is very nervous for tomorrow. Yep. Same with Ivan Toney. Everyone wanted Højlund because he was hipster name. Toney would have scored 15 goals for us minimum this season. Ivan Toney would have scored goals for Man United, guaranteed. Premier League proven striker. I don't know why Manchester United didn't pursue that. I really don't. I remember talking about that around deadline day, or closing in on deadline day, and I was just like, but like, again, like, it's a no-brainer. It's like what I talked about earlier on with Ryan Gyökeres. Look, if Emi Martinez, Ryan Gyökeres, Edison, Gyökeres, Cunha are all available, if United win tomorrow night, checkbook now, get the deals done. They will earn that money back for Manchester United tenfold. That's the type of team that you can start building around and tweaking as seasons go on, that is going to be competitive and generally up there season after season. That's the type of team that is, because with what you're adding to that is a good defence with some good young defenders coming through, a quality goalkeeper behind them, midfielder who is going to run the show that younger midfielders can work off, and then a forward line that will scare the living daylights out of anybody it comes up against. The likes of Ahmad, Bruno, Cunha, Gyökeres, Gyökeres. That there is a scary, scary lineup. And if we win tomorrow, that isn't out of Manchester United's reach. And that's the scary thing in this. It's not scary because that's good, but it's scary if we lose what we do after that. Because a lot of them players just don't come. Nearly every player that I've just mentioned there, he's not going to come to United if we don't win tomorrow night, going off what the reports have said. That is a scary thing for tomorrow. Not losing and getting the banter off Spurs, it's what it means to United's season. That's the scariest bit about all of this for me. And I think we do need to just... I don't know how we go into tomorrow, honestly. I'm thinking of like... I'm a nervous wreck, so God knows. You've just got to look at Manchester United and what we've done this season, and hope as a fan that these players feel like they have to give something back to the fans. They have to. I mean, Spurs could say exactly the same thing. I do believe that Ange's gone if he loses the game. I think Ange's gone if he wins the game, to be honest. But again, a trophy for Spurs, that's fine, no problem. If Spurs don't lose, if Spurs don't win, then it's carry on as normal for them. That's what they're used to. If United don't win, the repercussions are even bigger, and that is the problem. It really is, I think, for Manchester United right now, and I think we are more than up against it. We really are when it comes to the aftermath of tomorrow. If we don't get the result, Thing is, it means exactly the same to Spurs. It's a massive game for both sides. I think it's more significant for United. I really do. I think it's big for Spurs because of the trophy, but they can handle not being in the Champions League. They're used to it. United's sponsors and everything are riding on being in the Champions League consecutively and continuously, And that's the difference for United. I think it's bigger for United because of the money involved, whereas Spurs, they're run quite well. They're not going to change. Manchester United need something drastic to happen for this to actually start working for Ruben Amorim going forward. And drastic is getting into the Champions League through the back door. I really do think that is the case. As you have a spanner after your surname, I'll respond with caution. If a player wasn't a game changer, and most importantly, if the position wasn't highly needed to be covered, I'd agree. Is that on the goalkeeper, MB? I see you talking to Roz on that one there. It must be the goalkeeper. Again, I disagree with that one, mate. Like, goalkeeper has to be a priority this summer. I'm sorry. And I do believe that Ruben is looking for one, and that tells you everything. The sheer amount of goalkeepers we've been linked with more than any other position already so far this window tells you that it is a massive priority for Manchester United. If we are going all out to get Champions League striker, then why are we not doing the same for the goalkeeper? I cannot mentally take another season with Onana in goal, says Veronica. You're probably not the only one. Not the only one. Well, hammer him, Adam, at E-Son, says Dara. I'm going with that, mate. I'm going to hold you to that one. I am. Fabrizio Romano has said Liam Delap is not the only striker in the list for Manchester United. There are more options. For United, I would keep the situation open because they have several opportunities, also based on Champions League qualification or not. That's from Fabrizio Romano, who's been talking to Gimme Sport. So there is situations that could come about without Champions League. Thank God he said that, because I'm starting to get worried that we won't have any options and we're stuck with what we got if we don't win the Europa League and get back into the Champions League. That would be my biggest fear out of everything, to be honest. And oh God, yeah, would be very, very scary. Look, we're getting very close to Ruben speaking to the media now. Not far away. Let's get a quick check on this. Press conference on the way. Manchester United pre-match press conference is scheduled to start very shortly. Ruben Amorim will be speaking to the media alongside Bruno and Harry Maguire. The format of Spurs press conference earlier saw Porro and Son answer questions before the coach Ange Postecoglou addressed the media. Once they had finished, it is possible United may follow an identical format. I hope not, because that means it's going to drag on forever. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. So let's see exactly how the press conference comes about. I'm sure the journalist will inform us very, very soon as we see who comes out first of all. Ruben made us want to get it all out of the way. I mean, United have already done a media day and press conference for this game, looking ahead. So it's like an extra one on top. I'm scared we're going into next season with Agate, Casemiro and Bruno pivot as much as I am not getting a top striker. It would be run through like a donut in central midfield if we don't buy one. I think central midfield, centre forward, 10, goalkeeper, they have to be top 4. They have to be top 4, surely. Yep. Anyone who is just joining us right now for the normal 6:30 time slot, we have been running for a little bit longer. We've been waiting in anticipation because we are doing the press conference as well as all the other news. So we've just done a 45-minute show there on all of the other news regarding Gyökeres, and that news that has just hit our airwaves, which is that he wants Manchester United. Manchester United are the only club, apparently, according to Loic Tamsi, the journalist, to have made a concrete offer for Gyökeres. They have asked him to hold off on any decision until United play out the final against Spurs tomorrow night. Now that is massive, because that means that Manchester United are 100% in for him. They've held talks with Delap, and he is now on his way around the country, taking a tour around all the Premier League clubs that could possibly offer European football to see who suits him best. Whether you like that or not, that is just the way that things happen these days, I think. So, yeah, Manchester United's eggs are not all in, as has been said before, the Liam Delap basket. There are other options for United, and Gyökeres is definitely up there. And Ruben Amorim is the one that is driving the pursuit of Victor Gyökeres. That's been said by nearly every single journalist now that's talking about this. We should have the press conference action coming up very, very soon as well. So let's just see. Waiting for him to come out, actually. Do you think that Emi Martinez should be United's goalkeeper as well? That's another story. We're hearing that Sekou Kone as well is going to be sent out on loan next season and not feature as first thought in Manchester United's first team squad. Does that mean that United haven't got room for him and are going out and spending this summer? And they're looking after their academy players by sending them out on loan? I'm all for that, by the way. I think it's good. If they're not going to feature, get them out on loan, get them experience, so we can actually see what they're actually like. With that, I feel like we are going to be looking at what? Got to surely be bringing in a midfielder. If we're not bringing in the academy players in, then we have to be looking at bringing in another midfielder, surely, don't we? Let's see what happens with that one. But that news there somehow sparks intrigue into what Manchester United are doing, because beforehand, Sekou Kone was earmarked for coming to pre-season and play for United next season. Now, that's the Mail that's reported that. And Nate Salt, who works for the Mail, a journalist, goes to every single Manchester United academy game. So he will have contacts in them. And I think that will be a dead cert if Nate Salt's coming out with that, I feel. I'll double check that anyway. We'll probably be able to run that and check with that tomorrow anyway. And yeah, let's hope that we do get a few more academy players out on loan going out into next season. Definitely if they're not going to feature that much anyway. And yeah, I feel like now that we're actually getting closer to kick-off in this Europa League final, we've seen Spurs come out earlier on. Ange Postecoglou was talking. Bergvall is not available. He said in terms of everyone who's available, still the same. Bergvall will not feature, even though he's there. James Maddison is there for Spurs as well. Is he going to feature? Looks like he's still hobbling around, and that's going to be a note as well. Still a very, very, very strong Spurs side for them on paper in terms of what they can offer. Manchester United could have been coming up against a harder team at Spurs if you had Maddison in there as well. Honestly, I don't think Bergvall will be too much of a miss for them. They've got their solid back four. They've got the keeper back. I don't rate Vicario anyway. He's a bit of a calamity this season. It should be a fun night tomorrow night with them two in each of the goals. Not as bad as what it was when it was it Baindir and Forster, who had an absolute... It was like a face-off of errors, wasn't it? It was the most calamitous football match I've ever watched, that Carabao Cup game with Spurs and Manchester United. We've got another poll running right now. So we've heard that Joshua Zirkzee is in the matchday squad. Would you start Zirkzee just about fit over Højlund? We know this is just an opinion one, this one, because we know that Ruben isn't going to start Joshua Zirkzee. I don't think we can get even anywhere near excited about this, because we are obviously going to be seeing Rasmus Højlund line up tomorrow. I don't expect it to be any other way, to be honest. Let's have a quick check on what's happening with Ruben's press conference. A small delay, it would seem. Usually the way, to be honest, always. Let's just check now. Yep, a little bit of a delay on the press conference as well. It's always the same with European away games. Honestly, I'll be glad when the season's over and we don't have to wait around for European press conferences. Could do with a break from the presses, and I think Ruben can as well. But going back into their team as well, I mean, let's get into what we would do with Manchester United. I mean, is there anybody there? Let's just have a quick check on 64% of you actually on this early poll have said that you would start a nearly fit, just about fit Joshua Zirkzee ahead of a fully fit Rasmus Højlund. Get voting on that, everybody, as well. Zirkzee is better coming off the bench. Play him in a one-on-one, in one of the 10s or an 8. Definitely not an 8. One of the 10s, 100%. 10 bucks says Højlund will score an important goal. Yeah. Look, I said this before. It's not like he's not even in the realms of Rashford in terms of like the hatred towards him. Like Rasmus Højlund is just the wrong player. And I do still have that element of like feeling sorry for Rasmus Højlund, quite a lot actually, because he's had a rough ride. He should never have been thrust into the limelight the way he has done too. God, couldn't get the right words out there then. But I think Rasmus Højlund, when you look at him, you just have to say, look, 30 million, he would have come in for that price. When United were doing well, he probably would have done well. He probably would have been a good striker. But some players can move and instantly realise that it was the wrong move to make. And I think with Rasmus Højlund, after that first good season, good start for a young player coming in and scoring 16 goals overall, like you want to improve on that. You need to be then getting 20 goals and getting better and better. The fall off this season for Rasmus Højlund has been inexcusable. At any level, that fall off to that degree it's just not on. It cannot happen. Not at a big club. And that fall off, along with the rest of the team's form, is enough to get managers sacked. And that's why Ruben, I feel, knows he needs the reinforcements in, and he cannot rely on Rasmus Højlund. You are never going to be able to rely on Rasmus Højlund. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. He may turn up and score tomorrow. Good on him. I'll be jumping up and down like a kid. I will. And I hope Rasmus Højlund does score tomorrow. I really do. Right, press conference is almost there, everybody. We are on. Right, let me get this. Right, we're ready to rock. I think it's going to happen anytime. I'll watch this all back anyway later on. We'll get the quotes up now. We'll go through them. And then tomorrow we'll go through them a little bit more as part of the build-up to the games tomorrow as well. So, yes, we are very, very close now to hopefully it's all three of them together so we can get this all out of the way in one go. But we will see. We'll see how it goes down anyway. But let's get through a few more comments before we get into that. No, I don't think I would risk Gyökeres. That's far too soon for him, even though we would need to take Rasmus out of the firing line. Last 15-20 minutes out of him, then great. Got to be behind Rasmus. Everyone will be, mate. Everyone will be. Let's just see what else we've got here in the comment sections. But you have a coach that's supposed to coach him. How does Ruben see him week in, week out and be like, lad, keep falling down on the pitch because it's working? Look, there's no one else to replace him with, Modern. There's no one else to come in. He hasn't been given any more tools. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. If you haven't given the video a like already and you're loving the content, please do. Please do give it a thumbs up. Thank you, everybody, for being part of the show. Make sure you hit that subscribe button as well, everybody, please. We'll keep you fully up to date with everything that goes on around Manchester United. We're on an extended show tonight. Started early. We're into our normal time slot now because the press conference is about to start as well. I'm going to bring you them quotes from Ruben Amorim. Before that, we've talked about Victor Gyökeres, Emi Martinez as well, possibly on Manchester United's radar. Gyökeres definitely is. Just so you're aware of that one, Gyökeres is a target for United, and Ruben is really pushing down on this now. So this is genuine, and hopefully, if United do get the win tomorrow, we will see a lot of action on this going forward. That's what's being said anyway. Amorim, Bruno and Harry Maguire are in position for their pre-match press conference. Here we go, everybody. It's about to start. Team news from Ruben Amorim straight out the bag is neither Joshua Gyökeres not expected to be fit. Someone asking the question there about Gyökeres in terms of expecting him to be available. We didn't think he would be. Me neither, Ruben says. They recovered quite well. They pushed. Of course, we respect the feeling of the player, but we pushed a little bit. We can help. They can help us win the game. De Ligt is out, sadly, though. So he's answering his questions there straight off on the injured players and players that could come back in. And he's absolutely over the moon. And, yeah, he is surprised that Joshua Zirkzee made it back. He says, when answering a journalist question there, they've been surprised that Joshua Zirkzee was back in. He's basically said, I'm surprised too, but a pleasant surprise. We respect the feeling of the players, like I just said, pushed them a little bit. That is a very, very good sign. Said they are limited in minutes for the game tomorrow night. So maybe we don't see Dalot and Yoro start the game. Maybe they come in. This is where I start to fear, because the early part of this game is where Manchester United lose this game, to be honest. And if we've got Victor Lindelof playing in this game at the back, then I am concerned. I would be playing Yoro. It's the last game of the season. Just let him play as long as he possibly can before you make the call. That's what I'd say. In terms of what the Europa League can do for Ruben Amorim, he says, a new future for me, I think, is not the case. People will look at our team in a different way, as winning a European title is really important. Nothing is going to change our season, but winning the European title can help us have that feeling to build a future. Basically, just confidence boosting. Amorim on if United need to win to save jobs. Ooh, that's a crunching question right there. Again, he says, I don't think that is the case. We are doing things that we need to do. Our club can have revenues without Champions League. It is a big brand. I am always playing for more than myself. I am coaching my players, my staff, and especially our fans. And coaching for my players, my staff, and the fans. So, yeah, he's looking to try and impress the fans. We are impressed if you get the win tomorrow, Ruben. That's what we need. We need the win, buddy. Bring them in. Let's just double check on a couple of chats. Make sure we're clear on that. Yep. Keep your comments coming in on everything that Ruben is saying, everybody. The press conference is well and truly underway now. And we're getting all the quotes out from Ruben. We're just going to run this for a little bit, and then we'll finish the show off. Obviously, we're well over our normal scheduled time. Extended show today, everybody, simply because we wanted to get as much of the news out, of which there's been absolutely loads of, before the press conference kicked in for Ruben Amorim. So a pre-game special for you tonight, everybody, live. So let's go with this one. Singing Do Our Diddy Diddy Dum Diddy Do, running past the Scouser, scoring 1 or 2. He looks good. He looks fine. Matthias Cunha on my mind. He's United's number 9. Except he's not going to be number 9, mate. It was going all too good for you there, Stu Cantona. And then right at the end, number 9 killed it. Because I don't think he will be. He's always saying. Bruno Fernandes says, we talk about the Europa League. The Europa League is everything on our mind, and we can be successful in this competition. Our aim is to get to the end of each competition and win trophies. I am not here thinking I can be one of the captains to win a European trophy. The main thing is that we can bring the trophy back to Manchester. That's what Bruno Fernandes just said about winning that. Ruben there doubling down on not using the Europa League as an excuse to cover up a poor season again. He said this many a times now, that the Europa League isn't going to salvage Manchester United's season. It's not going to cover up any of the cracks. Amorim talking about naming that strong team against Chelsea says, the advantage, I don't know. You have to see the context. I don't know the context of Tottenham. We rested some players after Bilbao because we were afraid of some injuries. 5 days before the final, I thought the best thing to prepare for the final was to give the players a chance to play. It was really clear that we need to compete. I felt against that Chelsea. I felt that against Chelsea. When we are focused and play our game, we can control any game in any place. So we haven't been focused, and we've definitely not been playing our game then, Ruben, have we? Because we haven't controlled any bleeding game recently, have we now? Let's see what else we've got here. I guess regardless of the final game results against Tottenham Hotspurs. Amorim's role will be terminated. A disgrace finishing at the bottom half of the table, avoiding relegation. The club owners are jointly responsible for this one. Welshman forever. We need to attack from the start. Put Spurs on the back foot from the first whistle. We need to be careful with Spurs, I think. Very careful. And I do think there'll be a game plan from Ruben. He's also speaking in Spanish now as well, which is kind of him. Press conference is well underway, everybody. It's just the usual stuff that's coming out at the moment, how important it is. It's not going to save the season. It is going to help Manchester United. But, again, he's not trying to use this as a cover-up for what has happened before. He's accepting that Manchester United have underperformed again. And I think that's what a lot of Man United fans need to actually hear, because I've said this, and I was talking earlier on today again. I was talking to someone on TalkSport actually, saying that this is not going to convince any Manchester United fan that we've turned the corner. It's just going to help us hopefully turn that corner by the investment that this brings and the quality of player that Ruben can actually then work with next season, going off what we can spend in the summer with the winnings from this and the money that the Champions League is also going to bring Manchester United. Best putting the right players in at the start. Euro and Gyökeres expecting to possibly sub them when needed. Yeah, Gyökeres is definitely not going to start. He's definitely not going to start. Let's see what else we've got here. Again and again and again. I'm not sure what you're talking about there, Modern. Sorry, mate. Might have been talking to somebody else. Let's see what else we've got in here right now. Bruno has said, I am not here thinking I am going to be... again, it's the quote that I brought up earlier on regarding Bruno. Doesn't just want to be seen, he's here thinking because he's the captain, he's the one who's going to be lifting that trophy. It's all about the team. It's all about getting Manchester United over the line into the Champions League and winning the game tomorrow night. Should expect Bruno to say, to be honest, he would. Bruno talking about the Champions League. It is very important. The manager has been very clear with that. We want to be at the top of everything. Everything we are involved in. We know it is not always possible to be in the finals and win trophies, but our aim is to be at the end of the competitions and fighting to win trophies. We have a big game, a big final, and a big opportunity. A big get out of jail opportunity. It is very similar to last year. Sammy Luckhurst has just asked if he's considered not playing a striker like last year when Manchester United went up against Manchester City. Playing for the future of the club and the staff. I come from a club where you have to be in the Champions League to survive. That's not the case here. Our club can have income without the Champions League. Again, going back on that comment regarding the finances being vital, like Ruben still trying to be confident and say that Manchester United can survive even without the Champions League. Ruben, when asked from Samuel Luckhurst about that striker and not playing one, our system is a normal system that can change the characteristics. It is a system like any other. It doesn't matter what happened in the last final, because it was a different team, a different competition, a different context. I just focus on Tottenham and the way that they play. Alrighty then. Saeed's in the chats, everybody. Good, big up Saeed, mate, over in Bilbao. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're smashing it over there. I've seen Journey, I've seen Saeed's vlog. Go check it out on his channel as well, Saeed TV, everybody. Are you there, Saeed? Are you having fun? Make sure you look after yourself there, mate, as well, buddy. Hopefully you get to meet up with quite a few people as well. TK says, play Mount as a false 9. Don't mind. I think a lot of people are just looking for an excuse to not play Rasmus Højlund right now. Well over 500 likes in the bag. Well live, everybody. Thank you so much. Absolute legends, a lot of you. Mega show today. We've gone over the hour. I think that's the first time we've done that this year on a live stream. Just waiting for as many comments coming out of the press conference as possible. Maguire has said something now as well, which is on Man United's inconsistency. Of course, it's a frustration. When you play for this club, you want to win every match. And this season, we have been far too inconsistent. We have not been good enough in the Premier League. It has been different in the Europa League. We have proven this season we can beat anyone. We can improve next season, but we have to. We have an important game tomorrow night. We have to prepare well, and we are looking forward to it. He also says it's amazing to be back in the team and playing regularly. This season I have played a lot of football. I don't take too much notice of the plaudits from the media. I try to stay as level as I can and go into every game trying to do my best. That is all you can do. You're right, Harry. It is all you can do. Please give us your best tomorrow night. That would be good. Everyone's having their comments regarding that. It's a different game to what the final was last season. Ruben sidestepping the false nine question very, very well, it would seem. Definitely. Let's see what else we've got in here. Adam, hard to think if we lose the game how much it could cost us in the summer transfer window. Yep. Like we said earlier on in this show, at the start of the show, we were talking about Victor Gyökeres and Manchester United making a significant move towards signing him if we win the game tomorrow night. Massive. We are not losing against Tottenham, Adam, says Sadiq. I hope you're right, mate. I hope you're right. If we win, Casemiro will be man of the match, says TK. Amir says, anyway, a lot of people, fans, community can't wait to see my team and club acting on stage in the European final. I'm not sure what that is, Amir. Sorry, mate. Put 60 or mount up front. Don't want to see Højlund anywhere near the team. I get it. I do get it. Alright. Just looking for a few more of them quotes there. Harry Maguire playing down the praise from the media and the plaudits from the media, just concentrating on his game. I think we can take that as a definite from Harry Maguire, because even when he's getting the criticism, he doesn't listen to it, and he's taking the praise, he doesn't listen to it either. He's just a model pro, and he's got a big chance tomorrow night to actually prove that he belongs in that Manchester United side for at least one more season. I think that's what we've got to look at. I think this is what a lot of players are doing as well tomorrow. They're playing for their careers at Manchester United. Every game that you have a chance to win a trophy is very big. Apart from that, every game at this club is massive. This club is so big that one week you can be the hero, the next week you can be the villain. We just want to get our hands on a trophy. It won't change the past, but what it can affect is the future. Winning a competition gives you a lot of things. In this case, you get a place in the Champions League and revenue in the club. And that's from Bruno Fernandes. It's like all the players know the significance of this. Like, even when talking about lifting a trophy, or possibly being the captain that lifts up a European trophy for Manchester United, that's huge. Even then, Bruno Fernandes, he's talking about the finances for Manchester United, what it will do for the club, the bigger picture, basically. It's like they all do know what this means tomorrow night. Maguire on flexing his muscles out wide. Oh, take another cameo of Harry Maguire running down that right-hand wing. The manager has made me dribbling. The manager has had me dribbling every day in training, up and down the wing. Listen, I found myself out on the wing in Bilbao, and I managed to put a cross in. I have gone up front in latter stages and minutes of games. Tomorrow night, I hope not. I hope not to be going up front and chasing a league. I think that's supposed to say lead. I am more than happy playing in my favourite position. Yeah. It's quite funny actually that Ruben has had Harry Maguire running up and down the line and running up and down the wing in training. That's comical actually. But yeah, go on, Harry. I'll be there behind you, mate, running up and down them wings tomorrow night. Go for it, bud. Press conferences is actually going on quite long, actually, as you'd expect it with such a massive game. Keep your comments coming in. Let's just see. London, I can't remember the last time I felt so nervous. How is everyone's nerves over tomorrow? In my opinion, the players that can win against Spurs on their own without a manager playing freestyle football. What I want to see is Amorim constructing a win as managers are supposed to do, says MB. Ryan says we could use that money to buy players now who will put us in a better position in the future for us to go and buy the younger superstars. Like Ruben says, earning the right to have time. He needs to prove himself. And I think he's aware of that. I think he is aware of that. Ruben's just been asked why he's not under the sack pressure like Ange. Who's asked that question? My God. Let's see if there's a response to that, actually. Winning the Europa League will be the first step. And this is Ruben saying this here. I think it is hard to speak about that in this moment because you need to be excited and confident. We know that we need to change a lot of things in our club. The recruitment, the academy, we need to improve. That will not be solved by winning a cup. We have bigger things to deal with to put this club back on the top. Tomorrow, that winning feeling will give us every strength to do every job that we have to do. And the money that comes with it, Ruben, of course, as well, to do everything that you need to do, because you need to get rid of a lot of players and need to bring a lot of players in. Otherwise, there is no future. And I think everybody's well aware of that one. Roz with the super chat. Thank you, Roz. Again, matey. Likely to have Ahmad right wing back, Bruno 8, and Mount as a 10 versus Spurs? Question mark. What's your take, Adam? I don't think he's going to risk Ahmad on that right wing back. I think he needs to be very, very careful with the wing back situation. Like he's just said in his press conference there, he's very aware in preparing for Spurs. I think Spurs right now are probably in a better spot than Manchester United in terms of their team and what they know their manager wants from them. I think that's where we're at with it. But yes, Ahmad can play that role. Maybe it will be an interchangeable one. Maybe Ahmad plays at 10 and drops back at right wing back to bring another forward on if we're chasing the game. I don't know. There's many options there, Ross, and team. I know he knows what his team is, and I think that will be. I still can't figure out what team. I know in my head what team I would play, but I don't know if he's going to try and be clever or do anything different. Is he going to play it like a Premier League game, or is he going to play it like a European game? The opposition is going to determine, I think. He's been beaten twice himself this season by Spurs already. The other game was obviously with Ten Hag as manager. But I think he's going to be very, very aware of what's necessary tomorrow. And I think hopefully, I hope, he is going to have learnt from them earlier mistakes against Spurs. Ruben Amorim is asked by Jamie Jackson whether he's grateful that he's not under the same pressure as Ange Postecoglou. So it was Jamie Jackson who asked that question. Bruno Fernandes interrupts the reporter and jokes, he is. Who told you he's not? He is. Bruno, the funny man, Bruno the captain stepping in. I think he would have brought the house down with that one. Love that. That's Bruno doing his captain's job right there, bailing his manager out of an awkward question. Amorim on pressure from Manchester United fans. I don't know. In this kind of club, also Tottenham, it is strange that you have some coaches who lose games and get sacked. I think people see that sometimes I am thinking more about the club than myself. We have a lot of issues that in the context is really hard. I know how to explain how the fans like me in this moment. I don't know, how to explain why the fans like me in this moment. I tried to prove myself to the fans and to the board. Just think the best 11 to start the game. It is then really important to have options on the bench to change the game. Sometimes it is really important to win a final. I am not thinking about going to extra time, of course. We have that possibility, but we never think about that in the beginning of the game. I just want to win the game really fast. But as we proved against Lyon, if we have to score 3 goals in 6 minutes, we are able to do it. Please don't have to do that. For God's sake, let's have an easy night if we possibly can, shall we? That would be nice. Anyway, that is our extended show, everybody, because that concludes the press conference. And Ruben has said everything that needs to be said. The talking is done. It's time to start walking, and all that's left now is tomorrow's content and leading up to the game. It is all done. Get into the comments section when this live finishes in just a moment, everybody. Give me your thoughts on Gyökeres, first of all, which was the first part of our show. Manchester United's finances, Emi Martinez, Sekou Kone going back out on loan for Manchester United, Romano talking about Gyökeres from our earlier video earlier on as well, and then the press conference, Ruben's vibe, everything that you'd expect him to say. Bruno joking around. Get your comments in on everything that you possibly can, please, everybody. Quickly, just before we go, don't forget tomorrow we are running our Match Bingo special where only FUTV members, subscribers and followers of our socials will have the chance to win this jackpot prize. We get enough tickets sold, we are going to have a jackpot which one lucky subscriber is going to win up to £350. This has happened before, and it has happened to FUTV subscribers. Scan the QR code on the screen right there. It's the same one when this advert board goes down as well. It's constantly on the screen as well. And you will be directed right into our own very own private game on Match Bingo, everybody. So get onto that. Make sure that you get your cards in. It's £2 a card. You have to be 18 plus and a UK resident. If you do deposit £5 now as a new member, then you'll get an extra £10 from Match Bingo. And you will have more chance to buy more cards. That QR code right there at the bottom is the same one. The live chat right now should have dropped that link in there for you. One of the mods would have done that for us as well, hopefully as well. And we'll get that up there for you. So you've got that to hand. But that is it, everybody. Please do go back and watch my Ryan Gyökeres video from earlier on today. That gives you all the information that Manchester United's pursuit of Ryan Gyökeres and where the rumour of United now officially being in for him came from. And, of course, get your comments in below as well, everybody, on everything that we've spoken about here. Subscribe to Forever United TV. Please pop a like on the video. We're about to hit 600 live likes on that. So, thank you, everyone. That is us all done. And, yeah, I will see you all 8 o'clock in the morning, ready to go for match day. I'm looking forward to it now. It's starting to get a little bit exciting now. And I'm just... I still don't know. Let's just see what tomorrow brings. I'll sleep on it, and then I'll come back with my confidence level first thing. Everybody, thank you so much. Great job, mods in the chat as well. Thank you, everyone, for being part of it. Everyone who donated, new members, new subscribers. This is Forever United TV. I'm Adam, and that's our longest stream of the year so far. Done and dusted. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you all